What's up, everybody? One Fun Guy podcast here at Minutes and Hours in Chicago. It is a watch show, so I'm here. Obviously, you guys know that I'm a fan of watches. I am going to turn the camera around real quick so you guys can see what's going on here. Give me a second. I don't know how to do that as of yet. But if you guys can see, it is a watch show. So I'm going to be around. I'll take you guys around real quick to show you the different companies that they have. Obviously, you guys know that I'm a big watch fan and I have a collection. So, I'll walk you guys around a little bit here. If you guys are on, say hi. This is just going to be a real quick live, nothing too, informative or anything like that. I'm just walking around, just trying to see what is around here. Obviously, they have different micro brands here. Some major companies like Hamilton, Rado is around. Luminex is here. Some local brands to the Chicagoland area as far as Swit. If you guys can see, they have a really cool concept. They're out of Elmhurst, Illinois. Glass Chute and Mule is here. They are awesome as well. So there's just a lot of cool things going around. I'm just kind of hanging out while I'm here. So if you guys are here and you like watches or you know somebody who does, if you guys could share the show for me, that would be awesome. I'm just kind of going to go around and see what they have here. I've walked around a few times before, so I just kind of, some things caught my eye. Obviously, there's some things that are more expensive than others. So if you guys go around and you see, something that you see or you want me to stop at, cool. It's not going to be a very long live, guys. I'm just on here real quick, but I just wanted to show what is around here. Obviously, you're on downtown Chicago, so beautiful skyline. This is Christopher Ward. There are a bunch of different micro brands here, guys. So the offshoots on those are the same, if you can see what's around. Nothing too invasive here, just kind of being around of what's on. This is my friend Mark Mason. We met earlier. There are just kind of a cool different groups of watches as we're just trekking around. Nothing, too out of the ordinary. This is really cool. Core timepieces. They have really cool watches. I was talking to those guys. Rado from Switzerland, obviously. They don't have boutiques in the U.S., so to be able to see them is really cool. Here, there's Nomadics around. Stolman is really cool. So if you guys are in the Chicagoland area and you want to stop by and you want to say hi, I am here. Let me see if I can flip the camera back around so you guys will see me around here. I've been here pretty much all morning. I decided to go live now just because it's not as busy as it was. It's starting to clear out. There are quite a few boutiques here. It took me about a good hour and a half to walk around the first time. So I wanted to see everything, and now I decided to go live just because it's really kind of starting to thin out a little bit. It's Sunday, it's the last day. Yesterday, all the pictures were around. It was super, super busy. So I'm just, like I said, it's not as noisy as it once was earlier. So we're here. So if you guys are on, say hi. If you guys share the show, if you're new to the One Fun Guy podcast, this isn't normally what I do, guys. I'm at a watch show today. My podcast that I normally do is just in my studio with a guest, but I am live today from downtown Chicago. I am at Minutes and Hours Watch Show, so I'm just kind of walking around showing you guys what's up. They do have a giveaway going on at about 1:30, so I'm going to stick around for that to see if I won anything. I'm just kind of walking around just to see all the different vendors and boutiques. There's a lot of cool watch brands here, and a lot of hard work and effort went into the show and the production of it and everything. So there are a lot of cool giveaways. People are handing out brochures and pens and flyers and flashlights and all kinds of stuff. So it's kind of a neat concept. I'm just here hanging out, guys. I don't know how long I'm going to be live. I'm just walking around the event and kind of going around and seeing what's happening. So for me, not much is really going on. I'm just kind of here. I'm not really going to purchase anything. I'm not looking to buy anything, but I just kind of want to see what's around. It gives you an idea of what is available in the watch world. If you are a watch fan, a collector, or just interested in watches, it's a really cool concept of different things that are going on and what's out there in the watch world. There are a lot of different brands out there that you can buy. Obviously, everyone, thinks of Rolex and, Patek and Audemars Piguet. They're the high-end brand luxuries. But there's a lot of people that put in a lot of hard work and dedication to a craft to make a micro brand watch that's affordable and looks nice and feels good and tells the time accurately. So, that's kind of the wheelhouse, I think, for most people that can't afford $15,000 to $75,000 on a watch, that they can buy a watch for a couple $100, which, is obtainable if you save and you work, hard and you put your money towards it. So you're not just, into the amount of watches and prices that are really unaffordable for the average person who, doesn't have a whole lot of money. So that's why I really feel the dedication to the micro brands and what they're trying to do to put out good quality timepieces at an affordable price point. And they're doing very good work. So this is kind of it. This is the watch show. I'm just kind of walking around looking at the different vendors and the different boutiques and chatting with people and seeing what's around. So it's just really kind of a low-key day. I'm just happen to be here downtown Chicago, which is local to me. So I didn't have to travel very far. There are people that have come from Iowa, in Michigan, and Indiana, and Ohio. And so people made some pretty long treks to get here. It's one of the bigger shows in the Midwest. Obviously, they have one in San Francisco, there's one in Texas, and there's one in Vegas. So they're getting around to that. So Chicago was a major stop. So luckily, it's local-ish to me. So I'm very happy to be here and very excited. So I wanted to come live just to say hi. If you guys are on, feel free to share the show, like the show. I'm not going to stay on for very long, guys. I didn't put it out. I dropped a kind of couple subtle hints that I was going to be here and going to be in and around the area. So if you're on, say hi if you like what you see. Normally, guys, I do a podcast in a studio. Obviously, I'm not in the studio today. I'm walking around the watch show. So I just wanted to come live to show everybody what my other interests are, besides the world of music and podcasting and other stuff. I really enjoy watches. I would say I have a pretty nice collection. I don't have a big one or a very expensive one, but I do have a pretty decent one. And so it's just one of the hobbies that I enjoy are watches as well. So I just wanted to take everybody on the adventure with me as I'm walking around the show. I thought it would be cool to come live. Stacy, thanks for liking the live. If you guys are interested in watches, I have had a few guests on my podcast that are interested in watches. I've had a few people on that talk about watches. My buddy Greg, the Watchman, he was actually a guest on my show. We talked watches and different brands and stuff like that. And he was here yesterday. I was not able to make it, so I came today. He's not able to make it today, so we won't cross paths. But if you are interested in watches and you're in the Chicagoland area, please feel free to stop by. I'm here. If you run into me, say hi. I'm be more than willing to have you guys on. If you're not, local-ish, I really encourage people to get out there and start looking, at different watches and different events going on in your area. Support the local community. Obviously, if you're not into watches, going to a watch show is not going to excite you. But there's other things, car shows and art shows and things like that you can do locally that can get you out of the house and be of some entertainment value and, make a connection or two and network and, do all the cool stuff. Watches just happen to be another one of the hobbies that I'm interested in, besides music and podcasting and all the other stuff. So Obviously, besides different various weapons that we can't talk about on TikTok or my other hobbies, watches is definitely something we can. So I'm here at the show, guys. This is Minutes and Hours from downtown Chicago. It's 350. I forgot the address, but if you guys are downtown, shoot me a message and I'll tell you where I'm at if you want to meet and say hi. I'm here. If you're local to the area, if you like watches, even better. If you don't, just come and hang out. It's a cool thing to do. It's kind of fun. So if you're here and you see this, I'm going to share it out. So if you are here, Mallory from Texas, what's up? Texas is a great state. It's one of the three I'm looking to retire to, actually. Texas, Florida, and Tennessee. So it's up there. Ellie, what's up? Thanks for being a part of the show. If you guys can share it out and like it, that's awesome. I'm not really going to stay on very long, guys, to be honest with you. I just kind of wanted to come around just to show everybody what I was doing today on a relaxing Sunday afternoon, being downtown Chicago. I'll show you guys the skyline and the river since I'm here. Let me flip the camera around. So if you guys want to see, this is downtown Chicago. There's the river. They're doing a river tour. All the buildings are around. If you can see the antennas right there, that's the Sears Tower right here. So we're right up the street from it. These are just condos and luxury apartments and stuff like that. So nice living down here. If you guys are in the city of Chicago, it is a beautiful city. I know I rag on it a lot, but it is really a great looking city. Just pricey and expensive to be here. So other than that, it is a beautiful city. Let me see if I could show you guys another river tour coming through real quick. They do these quite often. The boats are full of people and they tell about the architect and the Chicagoland area and stuff like that. So like I said, it is a very unique city. It is a great city. It's just, I've lived here all my life and it's time for a change. So in a few years, I'll be out and be going to warmer climates, as they say. I don't want the cold and I don't want the snow anymore. So if you live in a cold weather climate and you don't like it and you're in my position, I'm looking to move. So like I said, Florida, Tennessee, Texas. If I never see snow again, I'll be happy. But yeah, so I'm just here at Minutes and Hours, guys. It's a really cool watch show. They got a lot of cool stuff here, a lot of vendors. Like I said, guys, support your local businesses. Shop local, buy local if you can. All these micro brands here are really cool. They're putting in the work, trying to sell a product and doing all the stuff. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to hang out. Yeah, Kentucky looking to go south. Sylvia, what's up? So if you guys are on, say hi. Shoot me a message if there's anything you want to see me do next. Like I said, watches is in my wheelhouse. Pretty much anything that's cool in the Chicagoland area, I try to do. I was thinking about taking my phone with me more places that I go and just going live from different things that I do, whether it be forest preserves, nature walks, hikes, things like that. I'm really trying to get out and about in the community. I don't really want to do a vlog style thing, but I thought it would just be kind of cool if I go to an event or I do something in the community that I would go live and show you guys what I'm doing. Obviously, I'm not prepared. I don't have my gimbal. I don't have my handheld thing. I don't really have anything that I'm like kind of supposed to have to go live with. I'm holding the phone in my hand as I'm walking around, and I'm sure I'm bouncing around like crazy. So with that being said, I will be more prepared next time. I will try to go live more with things that I do, just besides being in the studio and podcasting. Obviously, that's my wheelhouse and it's my bread and butter. But just going around in the community, I think would be a really cool kind of issue that we're having. So with that being said, guys, I'm just hanging out at the show. I'll be live for about a few more minutes. Not anything too crazy. Obviously, I'm still looking around and making connections and networking and everything else too. But I thought I'd come live just to say hi, show you guys what I'm doing, I will flip the camera around one more time just to kind of show you what's going on. I'll kind of show you the vendors and stuff as they're coming and what's happening as I'm walking around. Obviously, there's a bunch of photos to be taken, watches to be seen, things to be had. They put their stuff out, guys, so you see the display, you see the watches, they'll show you how they're made, the dials they use, hands and stuff like that, different watches that they have for sale, things that they're doing, the tools, they'll size anything for you. They sell cases, they sell different designs and stuff like that. So, you know, just some of the vendors that are around. It's just a really fun day, a cool experience to see it firsthand. Just to rub elbows and network with people is really kind of cool to show the products. Here's another local Chicago company called Oak and Oscar. They make really cool watches around. They have a really cool display. This is kind of their thing. Here they have field watches and stuff like that. They're a bunch of cool guys. They've had different watches to show. So yeah, so I just like to support the local ones when I can. Obviously, there's Swiss manufacturers here, there's German manufacturers here, but a lot of the stuff here is, you know, made in the U.S. Obviously, they're using, you know, Japan movements and Swiss movements, so they're getting them from overseas, but they're assembling them here in the United States, which, you know, is not uncommon in the watch world. So yeah, it's just a really, really cool experience, a really fun day. I'm happy I decided to come and, you know, got to meet everybody and see the different things that are out and around and the different movements that people are using and different ideas. Just so I'm here, I will show you guys a few of the higher end watches. There are a few of them here if you guys want to see this. So some of the watches, like I said, are more higher end here. This is 5280 Watch Company. They have really cool dials. They're unique. Hold on. That is a crazy nice color. So yeah, just a really cool experience, guys. It's just, you know, being a fan of watches and, you know, networking and doing all the stuff. It's just a really cool day just to see what's out, like I said, in the world of watches and manufacturing and distribution and all the stuff. Like I said, I wasn't really prepared to go live today with this. Obviously, I don't have the gimbal, I don't have the stabilizer, I don't have everything. I'm bumping around with my hand. I'm switching hands back and forth as I'm looking at watches and different things. So I'm just kind of, you know, seeing what's around in the community and going from there. There are quite a few vendors here. There's quite a few different people here. So we're just trying to, you know, put it all together and see, you know, like I said, I think I'm going to try to do more of a vlog style stuff, take you guys with me as I go on my adventures, whether it's in the watch community or it's in the, you know, different stuff that I'm involved in and things like that. I think it'd be kind of fun to take you guys with and show you around, just besides seeing me in the studio talking to people. Obviously, you know, going on little adventures and drives and things like that, and, you know, seeing different things and going different places is obviously really cool and fun. You know, I have a truck, so I'm able to go, you know, to unique places and so, you know, doing the off-roading thing, going to, you know, forest preserves and trails and stuff like that. I think I'm just going to start taking you guys along with me for the ride. It's just something I've been kind of thinking about doing for a while, and I'm just going to pull the trigger. So today, obviously, you're at Minutes and Hours in downtown Chicago. It is a watch show, so we're kind of here doing our thing, you know, just kind of being around. A friend of mine from work is going to meet me here. He is on his way, so when he gets here, I'm pretty much going to hop off, and then me and him are going to look at some watches. So other than that, guys, if you are in the downtown Chicago area and you do want to stop, this is Minutes and Hours. Just Google it. Here's the raffle coming. So
brands from 12 countries, and CEO Rich Burke is here as well for having the vision bring all these brands
This is
together.
the announcement.
I'm
So,
I'm going to draw 23 names.
So
I'm the little guy in the corner over here.
So they're doing the drawing now, guys. I'm gonna hop off. Thank you all for being a part of this. We're gonna stay tight, and if I win, I'll let you guys know. I'll come back live if I win anything. So I'm gonna hop off while they're doing the dial and go from there. So hopefully I will see you guys all. Thank you for being a part of the One Fun Guy podcast. I appreciate all the love and support, and I will see you guys later.